Welcome back. Well, today I have Paul Kratzer and Austin Spalding, who are here on behalf of the Lutheran Church of the Cross. Well, welcome both of you. Nice to meet you, and nice to have you back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we have a performance that's coming up, and we know you've been performing like crazy since you retired.
Yes.
And let's learn a little bit about yourself. Austin, how did you get involved with all this?
Right. So growing up, I went to Aliso Viejo Christian School, just in Aliso Viejo, obviously. And then, I just, from being at that school, I met a lot of people who are in this theater group, and ended up somehow getting involved in their drama group. And so they just reached out to me and said, hey, would you want to direct Godspell? And, you know, being a man of faith, I just said, that sounds great. That sounds fun to me.
Okay.
And Paul and I, we acted together in The Music Man through LCC just a few years ago. Mm-hmm. So I never was much of a theater person, but somehow I've been drawn into this theater world, and it's a fun time. I'm enjoying it. So.
Good. And you know what? The theater group is always putting on tons of great things, like you've mentioned, right? I mean, they're performers. They, like you said, they didn't know they were performers, and now they are performers, and they love it, right?
Yeah.
And like Paul, you've been around this community for some time, and you yourself even didn't really know that this is what you loved.
Well, I'd been acting for a long time. I've toured with a theater company when I was in my 20s. Oh,
but you're coming back to it now.
Yeah, so my previous career.
Gotcha.
I toured all over the world performing in stage plays.
Now see, I did not know that about you.
You had never asked me that before.
I don't think I've ever asked you. Well, now I'm going to ask you even more next time. So let's talk a little bit about what is happening. So it's Godspell, and tell me why you guys chose this one.
Yeah, so basically some people kind of in our theater group, I think saw a show of Godspell last year, and I think they were just inspired and said, hey, we should do that ourselves. Mm-hmm. So some of the group kind of broke off and just decided, let's do it this year. Okay. You know, with COVID the last couple of years, it was kind of difficult to get shows going, so now that things are kind of settled down, I think people are kind of excited to do a show and be back on the stage. Mm-hmm. So yeah, and you know, just being a part of a church, obviously Godspell has its that aspect to it. Right. So that was a big draw as well.
Right.
Yeah, and it's just a fun show. If people haven't seen it, you know, it's very kind of almost pop kind of type music. I think it was written in the 70s, and a lot of different interpretations on it, and so I'm just trying to bring that kind of wholesome take to it, and the kids are having a lot of fun in the show. We've got a young cast, around high school age on average. Okay. So yeah, it's just super fun to work with the kids. And
now, are those kids from your school, or are they from the church?
We've got a pretty diverse cast. We've got kids from OSHA,
nice.
The theater school. We've got a couple college-age kids, student from Biola, student from Concordia College. Okay. So kids are kind of coming from all over. Nice. And we just come together at LCC, which is where we're going to have the show. Okay. May 19th through the 21st.
Okay, so you have a few different performances there.
Yeah.
So how come you guys decided to, I don't know, I mean, it's kind of like you're bringing someone that's younger into the group, and what sort of made you want to do that?
Well, I had worked with Austin in Sound of Music and Music Man, and we wanted to do something, and he approached me, or the mother of two of the cast members called me and said, we got a bunch of people who want to perform Godspell, do you think we could use the church for it? And so I talked to Pastor Paul, and Paul says, yeah, of course, sure, why not? We know these guys already. Yeah. Because they did some Sound of Music and Music Man. We're at our school in Aliso Viejo.
Oh, that's right, okay.
So we could have done it there. That was an option, but Pastor said, why don't we do it here this time?
Oh my gosh, is he actually in it?
No.
Oh, because he does like to perform.
Oh, Pastor Paul? He asked to be on the stage. I shut him down immediately. I said, it's not going to happen. Your glory days are over. No.
No, he's very fun, and
Yeah.
he does like to perform, as we
Yes,
found
yes,
out. So
yes. Yeah.
he showed up in costume, so
That's right.
it's all good.
That's right.
So for you now, what is your part in it?
This is Austin's first time directing.
Okay.
So I'm just kind of in the background. I'm the silent partner.
Okay.
If he has questions or if I have thoughts, then I'll relay them to him. But
Okay. What's the
So
premise
just-
of it?
The premise of Godspell, it's really just the Gospel of Matthew on the stage with a twist. So, it's just kind of, it's a version of the Gospel that's made fun and kind of accessible to people. So, basically the kids are acting out different parables and stories that you find in the Gospel of Matthew, just on the stage.
Okay.
And that's essentially what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you could say the author was a little lazy because he just took, the stories and
just put it there, yeah.
But it's, there's a specific choice of scenes that were chosen to be put together, kind of the bigger moments, like the Good Samaritan, or stories that people who aren't of faith would know about. So
Is the music? I have forgotten what the music is. What is it about? I forgot which ones they sing.
the most popular songs are going to be Day by Day. A lot of people know that song. My grandparents say that was a big hit. I was not around when it
Yeah.
was a hit,
Yeah.
but there's By My Side, and there's a few kind of well-known numbers in there.
All right.
So,
Well, fantastic. Well, again, we're looking at the slide. It's May 19th, 20th, and 21st. And you have different time frames. So the 19th and 20th is at 6:30, and the 21st is at 2 p.m. Now, where should they go for tickets?
well, they can buy tickets online if they're brave, but they can also go to the church office and buy tickets there.
Okay, and can they call that number for the information as well? All right,
Yes,
perfect.
yes,
Excellent.
that's the church office number.
That's the church office number. Well, fantastic. Well,
Yeah.
congratulations, break a leg,
Thank
and
you.
good luck to both of you.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
having us.
Thank you.
All right.
And of course, if you want more information about Godspell, or really just in general information about the Lutheran Church of the Cross, you can call them at 949-837-4673. We'll be right back.